Hi everybody. Today I'm going to give you 3 quick tips on how to improve your intuitive accuracy. Number 1, these are simple. Turn off your Wi-Fi system before you start into your intuitive questing. Number 2, turn off your smartphone. Number 3, turn off the wireless setting on your computer. And if there are any other wireless devices in your space, wherever you're doing the intuitive work, turn off the wireless setting on those devices as well. Now, why would this improve the quality of your intuitive accuracy? Well, the kind of a vibration and noise, that subtle noise that the radio frequencies make that are emitting from these devices, the noise is incredibly distracting to your subtle energy system. It is really impacting on your nervous system, and our nervous system is, our electrical system basically, is really the channel. It plays a huge role in how we download intuitive information. So whenever you're doing intuitive work, you want your nervous system to be as calm as possible. You want to be in an environment where there are not a lot of distractions. That includes anything from things that might catch your eye in the distance, pets in the room, people walking into the room, someone knocking at the door, that type of thing. But this wireless technology that we're using, you could say it's incredibly distracting, even though you're not consciously aware of that. Now, to demonstrate just how noisy it is, I'm going to use my little radio frequency meter. This is an Acousticom 2 basic radio frequency meter, and I'm going to let you hear the sound of some of these devices, the ones I just mentioned: a Wi-Fi system, a wireless computer, and a cell phone. And just let you hear what's moving through your your whole body, every cell in your body, if you've got this stuff on when you're trying to do intuitive work. And I think you'll agree after you hear it, this is distracting. So you need to eliminate it when you're doing intuitive work, and ideally eliminate it all the time or minimize it all the time, because it's just so terrible for your health on top of everything else. Now we're going to listen to the background noise of the Wi-Fi system. I typically do not use Wi-Fi. I have always had wired internet systems in the homes that I've lived in. My home in Ireland right now, I've got a wired system. This home here that I'm broadcasting from today is in the United States, and this is a vacation rental property that I own, and it has got a hardwired internet system, but it's got a router that can convert. You can just flip a button on the back. It's called an Eco Wi-Fi system. You can click a button on the back and it'll convert the signal to a wireless signal. But the engineering on this Eco Wi-Fi router is pretty slick, in that for guests that come that do want to use wireless, again, I have it as a default on wireless mode, and they can press the button, it'll click it back to Ethernet mode. But even if it was in wireless all the time, which wouldn't be my recommendation, but even if it was at that level all the time, this is a very benign wireless router when in that mode. You can go in with software, and with the software that's provided with the router, and you can alter the signal strength. Most routers that you get from your internet companies, the signal strength is way bumped up, way beyond what you actually need. So you can lower this. I've got it at the lowest possible setting here, and you can still get a 5-bar signal out on the patio, which is a good, from where I'm standing, at least 40 feet. So, but that's with the setting all the way down, far lighter than you'd get with a typical router that the internet companies would rent to you, or that you would buy at any supply store for that matter. The other thing about this router is that it's got a decreased pulse rate. All this technology that we're using, like the smartphones, when we're tapping into the Wi-Fi system, systems and the Wi-Fi routers themselves, they're using a type of pulse technology. And so this is, the researchers today say that this pulse stuff like smart meters and Wi-Fi routers and all these things that make signals kind of like this, boom, 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 but it's many beats per second. This has been reduced, the pulse rate has been reduced by a factor of 10. So it's not jangling the nerves and not causing quite as much of that shake-up distraction as you get with other routers. But let's have you listen to what this benign wireless router that again can be switched to an Ethernet mode, but it's in wireless mode right now for your sake so you can hear this. I'm going to let you hear what it sounds like. So I'm turning on the meter, and you can see on this meter that you can probably see the little beats. You see it's got, I don't know if you can see the colors from here, but it's actually down in the low, what would be considered relatively safe zone as radio frequencies go for having a Wi-Fi system on. I'm only about probably 10 feet from the Wi-Fi router, and it's down in the green and low yellow band on the Acousticom 2 for those of you who might be familiar with this device. But let's hear the sound. And this sound is a measurement or a representation of the frequency. And these are radio waves. They're making a type of sound, a vibration in the environment, and that vibration is moving right through you. And I think you're going to agree this is distracting, or could be distracting. So here we go. Can you hear that? That's the sound of just a benign, really, as routers go, a benign Wi-Fi router. Now let's turn on the wireless setting on my computer. Let me do that one more time. Okay, those are the devices starting to talk to each other. Can you hear that tap, tap, tap? I'm going to turn it off for my sake. Okay, it's back in airplane mode. Interestingly, even in airplane mode, I found that my computers, I've got three different computers, and two of the three computers, they're all Hewlett-Packard computers, and two of the three computers, the two newest ones, actually emit radio frequency signals, low-grade radio frequency signals, even in airplane mode. So I know a lot of you who follow, the different folks out there that are sharing advice on how to minimize your radio frequency exposures, your radiation exposures in our environments today, are saying put it to airplane mode, put it to airplane mode. And yes, it definitely drops it way down. But I've tested numerous devices in the last year that are in airplane mode, whether it's a cell phone or a computer, and there are still radio frequencies being emitted from these devices. So your best bet, they're admittedly much weaker than if you have it out of airplane mode, but they're still emitting radio waves. So if you're sensitive, especially, don't do a buy-in to you're safe just in airplane mode. You're safer, but you're not safe. So EMF safety tip, turn it off, turn the device off. And from a standpoint of improving the accuracy of your intuition, turn it off as well. That would be ideal. Airplane mode at a minimum, and turn it off ideally. So you're going to turn off your Wi-Fi router, you're going to turn off your computer, or certainly set it to airplane mode and move a good distance away from it, so those mild radio those mild radio waves decrease in the strength as you move further and further away from the device. But turn this stuff off. You can hear how noisy it is. Now, I've got a cell phone here, and I'm going to, this is just a shielding fabric, so it's not blasting the heck out of me, and it's not interfering with these other signals. I'm just going to turn on the cell phone and let you hear. Now, I'm not even making a call. This is just on. This is what it sounds like just on. Okay, so if it's on sitting next to you when you're trying to do intuitive work, hear that little that's shaking you up like that frequently. And that's distracting. That impacts the nervous system, the electrical flow, that impacts your capacity to download really smooth information. Now, just for fun, I'm going to make a call here. I'll call myself. Let's see if I can do it. I'm so terrible with these phones because I don't use them. And so, oh dear, let's see, that's not going to work. Let's try again. One. All right, so I'm going to just press this button. I want you to hear what it sounds like if you make a call. Okay, you're obviously not going to be taking calls, I hope, or making calls while you're trying to do intuitive work. That would be insanely distracting. But this is just kind of a side note. When you have your cell phone on, this is the kind of radio frequency noise and vibration that is moving through your body. I mean, this is not good. This is absolutely not good. So I'm going to turn this off because this is blasting the heck out of me. So off we go. That's off for now. Hear that little burst? Hear that? Woo! That's just trying to turn the phone off. It's still jiggling. Okay, so there we have it. In brief, turn off the wireless stuff in your environment. It is distracting whether you are consciously aware of it or not. If you want to get clear, intuitive information, if you want to be able to interpret more easily what the intuitive reads are that you're getting and more accurately, you need to eliminate distractions. That's the first rule of getting clearer and more accurate intuitive information. If you want more information and more training on how to improve the accuracy of your intuition, because there are many, many other things certainly that can affect the accuracy of your intuition. I'm sharing this particular tip or these tips with you today because this is so brainlessly easy. Turn off the wireless stuff and you're going to get improved accuracy. But there are many, many other things that can influence the accuracy of your intuition. Visit my website for more information on that. Go to the Video Vault section. You'll see in the section that's called Develop Your Intuition, there's a fantastic seminar in there called Say Goodbye to Your Fuzzy Intuition, and that kind of runs the gamut of the types of things that can be very disturbing and very impacting on intuitive clarity. And if you'll do everything, one day take that video. If you ever get a video key, take that, go through that program, and it's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic training on improving the accuracy of your intuition. But start with what I'm sharing with you today. This is easy, this is simple, this is fast. Turn off all the wireless stuff. That's it for today, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye for now.